You're getting double of me today. I was unable to figure out the orientation without having to. So here we go. That might be a little distracting. Mitch, if you're listening, just put in the chat how I can get rid of the having two of me. Well, everybody, welcome to the live stream today, the Resilience Hotline with Jessica. Today, I've got a juicy conversation. I wanted to discuss why consistency is not enough. And I know a lot of you may be triggered by this, and a lot of people are going to be like, oh, but I'm doing what I'm feeling like I should be doing, and that should be enough. Well, let this be your wake-up call, my friends. I'm getting distracted myself by this extra self I have here. Let me try for one more minute. See if I can figure this out. Ooh, a little gurgle there for you. Enter full screen, press enter full. Okay, now I'm just bigger on my own screen. That's not what we want. Let's see, orientation, customize. I just want one large, ooh, picture. I don't want two of me. How do I fix it so there's only one? Guys, all 5 of you here in this moment, welcome to me trying to figure out only to have one of me. I am gonna have to go with having 2 of me, even though I was distracting myself because I'm not 100% sure. So, back to the topic of conversation. Why consistency is not enough. Guys, I was looking up some stats before I started here, and it was a little bit scary. I'm not going to lie. I was pretty concerned for us as a global population. Now, mind you, this is a third-party website, so this is just information that he gathered himself. I did not do a lot of in-depth research on this guy who's providing this information, but check this out. Oh, I clicked on my tab without sharing with you. Mitch told me how to do this. Share screen? Yes. Okay. Yes. Let's see. This is the one I wanted to share. Here we go. All right, guys, check this out. 12% of Americans have proficient literacy levels. Proficient. That means that it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Guess what? Look at this. Look at this. Only 2% have high literacy rate. That means over 88%. Guys, that means 86%. Let's see if I can get this back. How do I exit out? Oh, stop sharing. Here we go. 86% of the US population is less than proficient at reading. Guys, just being consistent is not enough. You know why? Because in this world right now, we are seeing rapid advancements in AI and automation like never before. Okay? People are all like, oh, there's been an industrial revolution. There's been an agricultural revolution. There's been this, there's been that. And we've just dealt with it and we've been okay. But guess what? Guess what? This is different. The rate at which the advancements are going, you no longer can take a back seat and no longer develop yourself. This whole go to school for 12 years and then go to college and then be done learning for the rest of your life, that's dead. That is no longer proficient. You have to be a lifelong learner to keep up with everything that's going on. But not only that, but you got to catch back up to the level of proficiency in basic skills. We have seen a decline in our ability to provide for our own basic needs over the last several generations. Why? Because it's more profitable for a large corporation to take responsibility for your basic needs. But now more than ever, we see how fragile of a system that they've created to meet our basic needs. I've talked about this before on my live streams. Guys, we have to learn those skills very rapidly if you want any sense of stability in your life for providing for your basic needs, because the global systems that are at play are so fragile. We're seeing there's no stability there. Your basic needs are not guaranteed unless you learn how to do it for yourself. So not only are you having to advance yourself and keep up with the advancements that's going on with AI and automation, but you have to rebuild the skills of understanding how to provide for your basic needs. I'm telling you, consistency is not enough. We have to become very rapid in our ability to integrate new information and develop new skills. Being slow and in your comfort zone is no longer a luxury that we can afford as a global population. And honestly, we never really could afford it to begin with, because that allowed a large percentage of corporations to take advantage of you because you were complacent. And look at the consequences we've created because of complacency. We no longer can accept that. Okay, we have to develop new skills and process information rapidly. We rapidly need to improve ourselves. So, this whole conversation, I wanted to base it on consistency is not enough. Okay, because what are you consistent in? Okay, basic things. Well, what are those basic things amounting to actually? Oh, you're just following the plan that you saw in some self help book or some self development podcast, and I'm pretty consistent with it. Well, the problem is, if you're not actually fundamentally improving your ability to process information and improving your ability to develop new skills, because that in itself is a skill set. The skill of developing new skills is a skill set. And if you're not consistently improving those muscles, then you're going to be left behind and left as one of the most controllable citizens in our population. If you cannot rapidly integrate information and rapidly develop new skills, you simply will be controlled. Because what else do you have to give? You're not keeping up with the advancements of AI and automation. Guys, there's this coined term. I'm going to share it with you. It doesn't take much to find out what it is, sharing screen. It's this term called cognitive surrender. I don't know if you've seen this yet, but it's a psychological phenomenon that happens where individuals uncritically adopt answers provided by artificial intelligence, bypassing their own intuition or critical analysis. Guys, that means that people are asking a question to AI and they're just accepting that whatever the answer they get is valid. Do you know what that is? That's AI playing God in your life. And you've cognitively surrendered to the AI. You're like, I no longer need to have critical thinking skills for myself. And the question is, how much critical thinking skills did you have in the first place if you started to put that much trust in AI? So we're seeing now more than ever, more and more people are just surrendering their cognitive abilities to AI. And what is the implications of that? Guys, you're going to be highly controllable. If you're allowing yourself to give away your ability to process information and to think critically and to use common sense away to an AI, you're going to be highly controllable, because guess what? Who controls the AI? What's their starting point? If you look at the safety development and safety features implemented in the AI development ratio to how fast they're developing the AI itself, Last I checked, it was a 20 to 1 ratio. 20 on the side of advancing AI at all costs, and only 1 to what is the safety precautions that we're taking here to make sure we know what the implications are of everything we're creating. Guys, I'm talking so animatedly that my hairpin is just falling out. My hair is like, I am not going to be able to stay up with all of this commotion going on. But listen, I don't even care. My hair can be as free as I want because I'm trying to get this across to you. We are cognitively surrendering to an AI that they're building at a rate at which the safety features it is totally unproportional. Because guess what? They just want to be the first one to do it. And they don't care the implications of it being done. They're like, we'll find out when we get there. Well, what is the implications of waiting to find out if something is safe till after it's created? Is that really how we want to be developing these kind of technologies? Where we're focused on the advancements itself before we are on the safety precautions? That means that fundamentally they are not coded in a way that considers people, actually, that considers the life around them. Isn't that so symbolic? It's very similar to the population as a whole right now, where people are so self-focused that they're not considering other people. They're not considering the safety procedures within their own life, the implications of their own actions. They're just focused on themselves. Just like the AI development companies are simply focused on developing the AI instead of the safety features. Guys, now more than ever, I want to support you to realize that complacency is not enough, that even consistency is not enough. Because we need to keep up with the rapid rate of change that's happening if we are going to have any say in the implications of that development itself. Or else you're just going to be taking a backseat to all this new development happening. And you're like, oh, it doesn't affect me. I'm in my own little world, just doing what feels good. And the problem with that is it is going to affect you. Because what happens when they're telling you the only way that you can make money is if you're getting a stipend from the government, and that stipend from the government is contingent on you listening to all the different things they tell you have to do in order to get it. Or it's also contingent on your social credit score. Have you guys been paying attention to the flock cameras being put in? Have you looked at the surveillance state that's currently in China? Guys, it doesn't take that much to find out. Look, I'm going to look this up for you. You just type it in. China surveillance. Oh, this is so funny. Okay, it's so funny that when you type in on Google, it automatically gives you an AI answer. So let's just see what Google's AI tells you about China's surveillance state. All I typed in was China surveillance. That's it. Check this out. China operates the world's most sophisticated mass surveillance network. Hello? In order to maintain social stability, is what it says. Massive digital infrastructure spanning online activity, physical movements, and biometrics. Guys, that means that they are not only observing their citizens' online activity, they're observing their physical movements. Haven't you seen? Look at these cameras that are on next to the roads. Let's see if there's good images. Yeah, They literally are seeing their faces everywhere they go, picturing who is it that's walking across the street? Did they jaywalk? Oh, it's going to affect your social credit score. And that affects literally if somebody gets in trouble in China, they'll just close down their bank account. Like, are you aware of all of this that's happening? It's already happening in China, and they're wanting to implement it here. There's literally videos of the high tech company CEOs saying that it'll be safer if we just have mass surveillance. I've made, look at this. Okay. Now I'm going to go to my Instagram. I made a video about this not too long ago, and it was so good. Just exposing, okay, having Instagram open on my laptop is very different than having it on my phone. 1 second. Okay, here we go. Where is it? Not now. This is so funny. Yes, no. Okay, here we go, guys. Now that I'm finally figuring this out, here we go. Share all the buttons. Watch this.
Every move. Don't believe me? Just ask the 5th richest person in the world, Larry Ellison, the founder of Oracle.
Citizens will be on their best behavior because we're constantly recording and reporting everything that's going on. It's unimpeachable.
Are you okay with them watching?
Yeah, it's out in broad daylight. If you haven't been seeing it, then okay, it's going to take a little bit of muscle, but you're going to need to lift that rock that you're living under and get rid of it and stop living under a rock, because this is going to affect you. If the only way you can make money and survive is based on if they say you qualify for this stipend, then that is directly affecting your ability to survive if you have no basic skills in survival, which we've been generationally led to be completely disconnected from. And what happens when they say, oh, you have to use all the money you were given every month by the end of the month, and if you have any left over, it'll just be subtracted from your next month's payout. So you can never save money. Guys, have you ever heard of Agenda 2030? For everyone who hasn't, man, everyone who's been living under a rock, let me just help you lift that rock, okay? This is mainstream information, okay? All you have to do is type in the words in Google and it'll show you. The 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development, adopted by UN members in 2015. A blueprint for peace and prosperity? Guys, have you ever seen the 15-minute cities? It's within this 2030 agenda. Let's see here. Let's just see what their AI has to say. A 15-minute city is an urban planning model designed so that residents can access all daily necessities such as work, groceries, education, healthcare, and leisure within a 15-minute walk, bike ride, or public transit trip from their home. Okay. You know what's pretty crazy about this? And then this line. After this, I'll tell you what's crazy about it. Okay. We don't need to spell it all right because this is exactly what they'll say. Look at this. You'll own nothing and you'll be happy. That is literally a quote from the World Economic Forum back in 2016. You know what's crazy about all this? is that people are continuously saying that it's okay. I'm okay with this because they're not doing anything about it. Guys, they also want to regulate how much meat you can eat per month. And all of it being under the implications of the advancement of safety as a population. Guys, we have been giving away our ability to meet our basic needs for generations now. And they're telling us that how we're meeting our basic needs is destroying the planet and it's a problem? We're not even the ones meeting our basic needs. They are. They're the ones doing it right now. We need to fundamentally redesign how humans are meeting their basic needs. And guess what? Most human beings don't even have their basic needs to begin with, because there is one basic need that I fundamentally know is not being met by a majority of the population. You know what that is? That is having an advanced education. Based on the stats that I showed you, most of you, before I was exposed to some really effective tools to help me learn, I fell under the same category where we literally were not proficient in reading. We maybe met proficiency, but a majority of the population was below proficient in reading. Guys, that is a scary thought, because guess what? An uneducated population is one of the most controllable populations, one that will just accept a narrative at face value, just like they cognitively surrendered to AI. They're telling us that how we are meeting our basic needs is the problem in the world right now, is causing the global warming and XYZ problems. Guys, we aren't the ones meeting our basic needs right now. They're the ones creating the full systems to meet everyone's basic needs, and they're doing a shitty job at doing it, which is why we all need to develop the skill of meeting our basic needs again. Guys, it is no longer, really never has been, but consistency is no longer enough. You can't just be consistent in your life. We need to advance rapidly as a human population at our ability to meet our own basic needs and process information actually for real. Be able to read something for real. Because I've just exposed the average adult in America is not proficient at reading. Is either maybe proficient, but a majority is below proficient. There's only a small, tiny little percentage of the US population that is above proficient at reading. That should concern you. You should reach out to Mitchell or I to get yourself assessed for where you're at with your reading. Because I'll guarantee you it's a lot lower than where you think it is. Mine was a lot lower than where I thought I was. That's for sure. And I've been working to improve that now ever since, and it's rapidly progressed. My ability to process information has rapidly improved. I saw dramatic improvements within months of getting exposed to these really effective tools for learning. And I'm telling you right now, unless you have this specific tool, then I guarantee you that you're below proficient in reading. But don't just trust me saying that. Get it tested. No matter where you are, I guarantee you I know someone who can test you. We've got people in over 30 major cities around the world. So just reach out. We'll give you a reading assessment and we'll let you know where you're at. Because I guarantee you it's lower than where you think. And that is contributing to why we have such a controllable population. So think about it. As a population, if we become more proficient at processing information, one, we will be less controllable. Two, if we develop our ability to meet our basic needs, we no longer are dependent on the systems that are currently in place to meet our basic needs. Thus, we can start to rebuild a completely new system. One where having a controlling globally elite class is obsolete, where we won't need that anymore. Okay? This is what is required for us to actually start to change things. First, you change the education, then you change the culture, then you change the politics. It's one step at a time. You can't skip a step. We all need to become highly educated. I'm humble enough to say that I was not highly educated. And I am working at becoming highly educated every day because I see the absolute value of doing that. And so I'm here on the Resilience Hotline today, sharing with you that just being consistent in whatever you're consistent in your life is not enough. And now more than ever, real resiliency is the ability to rapidly integrate new information and rapidly have new skills, develop new skills. And if you need help with that, which I know you do, reach out to me, reach out to my husband, Mitchell, and we will give you tools that will help you rapidly integrate information and rapidly develop new skills. We need it now more than ever. We have to catch up to all the stuff that's happening in the world. I went over some of it today. If you haven't been paying attention, still living under that rock, go ahead, watch the Self Perfected podcast every Sunday morning live. You can watch the replay if you need. You can watch Mitchell's live streams every morning. You can watch Cameron Cope's live streams every evening, and you'll get yourself up to speed gradually with everything that's been going on. Join us in Self Perfected, where we're all taking ourselves seriously to actually improve ourselves so we can change the world for real. And that is going to wrap up my live stream for today. A little short and sweet one compared to my last couple. But have a fantastic day. Become more resilient every day, every moment. And we can do this together.